Dumela Kazi, welcome back to the cafe. Libito la ka ke K. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Please do make sure you don't leave without subscribing. Like this video, it helps a lot. And I would like to hear from you, your own thoughts regarding this topic. Welcome to the third episode of Bad Things Are Happening in South Africa. Today's story is a reflection of what is really happening in South Africa, and it is a very, very sad story. I'm taking you to Mhlahlane village in Mqanduli. This is a really, really sad story, and this is a very recent story that is still going to make headlines in coming few weeks because of how recent it is. So without wasting any more time, let's get into this story. A 14-year-old Sive Dlulwana was killed after he tried to steal bread, jam, as well as instant porridge in Mqanduli. As I said, this is a recent story, and each and everything that I'm saying here will be allegedly, because it is a very sensitive topic, and as I said, it will be heard from the media for the upcoming weeks, months, or days. We don't know. As you all know, that South Africa's judiciary can take forever to get to the point where everybody wants, or where everybody really, really wishing the justice system to work for that particular case. So Sive apparently broke into this house in the village. He went in. He used the window to get into this house, and he went straight to the kitchen, and he helped himself with bread and obviously jam, and also instant porridge. So one of the ladies who is arrested right now saw him, and they caught him while he was busy with when he was finishing the porridge, the instant porridge. They caught him, and after catching him, they called on to other villagers, which is other 3 people that were arrested as well. I'm not sure if there were more, but at the moment, only 4 people arrested. It's 2 females and 2 males. So that's when they started beating him to the point that he was just really, really bad, in a very bad condition. But he was able, after he was beaten, he was able to limp back home. He was able to go home. When he got home, he was all sorts of things, and the family thought that he will be fine, but they also noticed that Sive was not urinating. He couldn't urinate. That's when they saw that he is becoming even worse in the house, and that's when they decided to take him to the hospital. When he got to the hospital, the doctors had to drain him because he couldn't pee, and when they were draining him, the blood was coming out instead of the actually urination. Instead of the liquids, the normal liquid that we see, number one, they saw blood. A few days later, unfortunately, Sive succumbed to his injuries of the battering and brutalizing him. 4 adults brutalizing this 14-year-old just because he was hungry and he stole bread, jam, as well as instant porridge. It was said that Sive's family is a really, really poor family, to the point that they couldn't keep up with the inflation. They couldn't keep up with the expensive food that we see each and every day in our grocery stores. And they lived off Sive's grant. Yeah, it's not even 1,000 rands. So that's how they actually lived. They used the grant in order for them to survive, but it was not enough for them. So naturally the child was hungry. I'm not really saying that it is right to steal. I'm also not a fan of people who would go to such an extent that they brutalize a 14-year-old just because a 14-year-old just stole bread and jam. That doesn't make sense to me. It really, really doesn't make sense. So the people on social media took it upon themselves to donate or to open a donation platform for the family. And the last time I checked, the donation was sitting at 14,000 rands to donate to the family, obviously, for the burial and all sorts of things. So as I said, 4 people were arrested, 2 women and 2 men. I just want to say something about this one. According to the research, 1,000 children die each year due to preventable acute malnutrition, and 2.7 million children under 6 live in households where poverty levels prevent their basic nutritional needs from being met. Food poverty rates have worsened since the COVID-19 pandemic. Food inflation has exacerbated the crisis. So imagine a family that is not even getting more than 1,000 rands a month. Imagine how the struggle in that family, especially that the food is so expensive, and it will become more expensive if you didn't know that there's a petrol levy hike that is on its way. It was announced a few days ago that they are adding petrol levy instead of raising the VAT, which doesn't really make any difference, because if the petrol levy goes up, then the food will go up. Everything actually will go up, because we're using these transports to transport the food, not only for us to drive back and forth or whatever, but also these goods and services, they are also relying on the petrol. So if the petrol goes up, shit will just hit the fan. And that is the reality of the things that are happening. So a 14-year-old was murdered in Mkanduli, the Eastern Cape, just because he was hungry. He just needed that bread, jam, as well as instant porridge. Have you become so vile, so cold, to the point that we can kill a 14-year-old just because that 14-year-old broke into the house and stole food? So this one is a very sad one, because I wouldn't understand the killing, but I would understand the outrage when it comes to stealing a television, stealing a cell phone. That is unexcusable, definitely, but stealing food just to eat, and the community knows that your family is very, very poor. They cannot even afford anything better than what you ate maybe once a day. So 4 adults decide to make sure that you don't see the light the following day. You die because you just wanted to eat. We just became very vile. We became a nation that is despicable. A nation that will never, not even a single time, that will have peace, because the things that we do are just unexplainable. The things we do are just evil. Killing a 14-year-old just because they stole your food. And you're even calling people to take turns and beat up a 14-year-old. I would never understand the concept at all. Hopefully, Sive will rest in peace, and the family will find peace one day. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a very difficult one. It's a 14-year-old. He had a big life ahead of himself, but that life was cut short by senseless killings that we have in South Africa. And this story, there are a lot of them out there. It's not the only one. And we can rightfully say bad things are really happening in South Africa. We can rightfully say there is no explanation that bad things are happening in South Africa. There is no excuse. Bad things are really happening in South Africa. And this depicts a picture that shows how bad things are in South Africa. Even though when you're sitting in your little couch out there, in your gated community, and you have everything in your fridge, there are people out there who don't have anything. And the same government that we're praising sometimes, and we all go all nuts, and we are saying that they are fighting for us. They're really not fighting for us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have cases like this. We wouldn't have cases whereby adults are ganging up to beat up a 14-year-old who is hungry. This nation is broken to the core. Anyway, thank you so much for watching till this far. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, comment down below with your own thoughts and like this video. It helps a lot. I'll see you on my next upload. Have a fantastic one. Peace.